Hey beautiful souls, it's this pretty pink soul movement here. And today I wanted to talk about why do people attract toxic lovers? Um, Seems to be a topic that's been coming up a lot lately. I mean, it's always the topic, right? But I feel like people are more willing to be able to kind of look at the reasons why now. And I just wanted to start off by saying there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. And I know sometimes we can get our defenses up when we're hurt and we play the blame game of, but they did that to me and it wasn't fair and they treated me badly and all I did was give them love or whatever the reason, right? I know because I've been there. I've been that person too, going, why does this happen to me? All I did was give them everything. And that's exactly one of the reasons why it happened to you, right? But you're not to blame because you don't know what you don't know. And this is why you're watching this video now. So I just kind of wanted to talk briefly a bit through it. If you want to get into it more, please contact me for a soul coaching session and I'd love to help you. Why do we attract toxic lovers? The first reason is subconsciously we do. We don't even know we do it, and it's because of our patterning from our childhood, from our past. It's how we've been brought up. So take some time, pause the video now, just ponder that thought anytime in meditation, write it out, like think of the patterns and how your relationships, as an adult, are similar to your relationship with your mum and your dad. Even if one of the parents weren't around, they passed away or they left you or whatever, you have abandonment issues, right? And that's something you carry into your relationships as an adult. A lot of people that give too much, like empaths and things like that, they've had a narcissistic parent. And they overcompensate for the lack of the other person, right? Because, ultimately underneath it all, you just want to be loved because you didn't feel loved as a child. And that's why you're just running around as an adult going, I want love. Why would someone give me love? I'm ready to give you love. You know what I mean? And it's so sad. And I just want us to heal this once and for all, it's just, I guess I just don't want people wasting any more time on the wrong type of relationships, right? And the problem is we look outside ourselves for love. And this is the problem because we're not willing to love ourselves. And we feel like if somebody loves us, then that gives us worth. And it doesn't work like that. You can't maintain that. You might have it for a while. When you're first in a relationship, you're like, oh, this is wonderful, this is awesome. But then after a little while, those issues that were blinded by that energy of excitement and something new disappear and the patterns come up, the subconscious patterning comes up, and then the doubts creep into your head. And then you may not trust someone, and then, you end up sabotaging, or you may run away because you don't know how to be in a healthy relationship. So one of the cards I pulled initially was, I don't get how this law of attraction lady's written this, so I'll just interpret it. And she says also on the back here, as you walk away from one unpleasant situation, the law of attraction will bring you another that feels much like it, and usually really quickly. Because if we don't work on our patternings and the reason why we act a certain way in a relationship or why we attract another lover, so that's why you need to look into your past. We'll attract that same situation straight away. Same as if we just run away from the job and not being willing to look at why we're running away from this job or why are people treating us badly, is because we don't know how to stand up for ourselves, right? You can't get into a healthy relationship straight away. Like if you're in a toxic one or one that's not fulfilling or one that's not giving you love, just you're not getting what you want, right? You won't magically go, ooh, I'll find someone else. It doesn't work like that. It's never worked like that. And if you see a relationship, you think that's happened, it's not. People wear a mask to their friends and to society and to themselves. You can't do that unless you've done the inner work. You can't find a happy relationship. You can't find someone to fulfill you until you fulfill yourself. And you can click off and that's fine. And you can find this video in 10 years time, but then you would have wasted 10 years time. This is the only way, harsh truth. This is the only way it's going to work, is if you will work on you. If you're willing to go, okay, I know I'm not to blame. It's just the way it is. It's just my past. It's just my conditioning. It's just my patterning. okay, I'm willing to look at this now. That's kind of in the headspace you need to be in. No one's to blame. You know, the people you've been in toxic relationships with, they've had, you know, something similar, except they perhaps have gone the other way, right? A narcissist made the conscious decision to either use his empathic skills for good or bad, you know, and they went that way. And they're doing it subconsciously, and some of them perhaps not. They know what they're doing, but karma will get them in the end. But they're not your problem. Like, you need to, I guess, I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is just advising. But if you're in a toxic relationship, you need to look at and get help as to how to shift your energy so you can feel safe enough to get out. Because, like, I know we don't have one life, but all we've got is this present moment now, and you need to be happy, because we were here to be happy. We came here to be happy. Life is supposed to be good for us. Life is supposed to be good for you, and if it's not, then you're blocking off from source energy. You're blocking off from your higher self. Yeah, the most important relationship is you have with source. You know? And it's like when we get disconnected from ourselves and our soul and our heart and what we want and what makes us happy, when we get disconnected from that, that's when we focus on other people. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to work crazy hours, 60 hours a week, and that'll make me happy. That's not what you're here for. Not unless that's your life purpose and you feel joy from doing it and it doesn't feel like work. Life is about balance, you know, balancing your energy, balancing the things that you want to do. You know, I get that you know, you have to work for a living, but also there's the other side of, okay, you know, why am I here? What do I need to, you know, work through? How do I achieve my fulfillment and life purpose and my happiness? And don't take it all on now. I'm just kind of trying to shift your perspective on things. What else do I want to talk about? Also, okay, so we're not blaming our parents because they've obviously had a hard time too and sucky time growing up. So it's not a blame game. No one's blaming you. You didn't know what you didn't know, you know, but you're getting there. So soul contracts, I have spoken briefly about it in my other videos. Before we come here, and you might find this a bit far out, but we've chosen these situations we've chosen the parents with their background, their experience, we've chosen the time of birth, we've chosen our star sign, we've chosen our moon sign, we've chosen the perfect time for the universe to support our lessons coming into this life. We're here, yes, it's a playground. We're here to grow as a soul, you know, might be mind blowing, but that's what we're here for. You know, we're here to evolve as a soul. We're here to spread light. If you're a light worker, I'm going to guess if you're watching this, you are. There's so many different aspects, right, to why we're here, but I'm just going to focus on the soul contracts for now. So we basically set up our past, all the painful experiences that have happened to us to support us in our growth, to get us to this point now, to realize, actually, I don't want to be treated like that, or actually, I don't like this job, or actually, why am I even with this person? I'm not fulfilled. Actually, what am I doing to fulfill myself? You know, what do I need to do to make myself happy? You know, so we've set up these soul contracts with people. So, you know, you have your soul group before you come here. And you're sitting all around a table and your ex-boyfriend, Liam, has gone, hey Michelle, well, obviously that's not my name, but in this life, I'm going to put my hand up, and then when you're, you know, 28, I'm going to rock up and I'm going to tear you apart subconsciously, because I'm going to mirror in you what you need to heal in yourself. Now, at the time, it didn't feel like this. And for like a year after, I was still like, F you, you son of a bitch. But he did. He really showed me how much I didn't love myself. Because as soon as he took his love away from me, I felt flat on my face. And I didn't see that coming. And of all the boyfriends, and I've had a lot, and of all the boyfriends that I've had, he was the least one that I thought would like try to cheat on me, right? And I just didn't see it coming. Blindsided, fell on my face. Devastated into the dark night of the soul, right? Which was horrible. you know, I've been through so many. I still do. I went through one last week. Like, it's unfortunately part of a spiritual evolution. Check out my spiritual suffering video for that as well. That might help you. But yeah, it was just horrible. But the thing is, he showed me that I didn't love myself enough. I didn't value myself enough. Also, I didn't see the red flags in the relationship, because the perfect thing I'll tell for you when you meet someone for the first time, listen to your intuition. Say with Liam for the first time, I saw him and the first thing that went through my head was, oh God, not this guy, right? I hadn't even spoken to him. I met him at work. I saw him a bit around work and stuff like that. My soul recognized him. I ended up not listening, going with it anyway. I went to a gong session where I see my past lives. I saw a past life with him. This was like ancient Egypt. I'm going to guess around minus 5,000 BC, right? He ended up slitting my throat and killing me because I wouldn't do what he wanted me to do. Do you know what I mean? And yes, he's evolved since then. And obviously, you know, in my soul group, also, you know, people in your soul group just come in and out. They don't have to be there forever. Some yes, some no. But anyway, so, you know, I've been with him for lifetimes, you know, and he's just like going, okay, well, I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to push you through, right? The thing is, if I listened to my intuition, then I would have been fine. So like, take note of when you first meet someone, not that feeling of, oh, they're so good looking. It's like, what is your soul saying about this person? You'll get an impression. It's just that you got to get used to tuning in, develop your intuition. I should do a video on that. And kind of like practice listening to yourself and how you feel about people when you first meet them, right? So hopefully he's not watching this video. I didn't change his name. And also like lack of boundaries. We let these people in because we don't love ourselves enough. We don't have a boundary. You need to work out what behaviors you accept in a person. What behaviors will you not accept in a person? What behaviors are you willing to be open to discussing them with when you're in a relationship with someone? Like, okay, you know, this made me feel this way when you did this to me. I'm not comfortable with that. So can we just discuss this? Because I'd like to get past it. You know, you got to see if they're willing to discuss it and move beyond issues as well. That's a really important thing. You know, make a list of what you're willing to compromise with and the things that you definitely know morally you can't, right? So yeah, hopefully that makes things a bit clearer. I'm just going to check my list so I don't miss anything else. So yeah, and we attract these bad relationships because we don't know how to fill ourselves up with love. And how do you do that? Number one, you get my book Soulshine, because that will help you. It's like written in a really short, bursty way that you can kind of like get the messages and change your perception and have it hit home so you can shift your energy and move on to the next level of your life. So grab that, I'll put the link below. But also it's because we're not following our passions. You're not tuning into yourself and like, what do I actually want to do? What I used to love doing as a kid? What do I want to do now? What do I feel compulsion to do? Pain? Do I want to just sing? Do I just want to dance around the house like a crazy person? Like it's like accessing your inner child and what they want to do and what makes them happy. And it doesn't have to make sense and it doesn't have to look good. You know, it just has to make you happy, because our life is about us. It's not about anyone else. And this is where we get tripped up, right? We get distracted with our phones. We get distracted with watching TV. We just go into sloth mode, right? And then we eat badly and then we feel crap. Like it's just this roller coaster of a crap ride, right? So it's like you need to step out of that loop, break that pattern, shift to the side and do something different. Inner child work, definitely. Focus on your inner child. Even practice talking to your inner child. You know, what do they want to do today? I know it seems silly. If you hear, get ice cream, go get some ice cream. The same with your intuition, the more you listen to your inner child, the more you will hear your inner child. The more you listen to your intuition and follow the guidance that you're given, the more you'll hear. Practice, practice, practice. There's no easy way out. So you can start now. You can start in 10 years, you know. In 10 years you can be happy and fulfilled. If you leave it, you know, how long are you willing? How much are you willing to risk your life for? How much time do you want to waste, right? I know it's annoying, I know it's hard, but it's so worth it in the end because you will feel fulfilled in your life. and it's beautiful, and just let it unfold before you. You know, you take your guided action, you do something that makes you happy. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for guiding me to this place. Okay, cool. What next? Write about it. Do your own cards. Get a reading. Like, listen to yourself. Respect as well. I'm big on that respect. To me, like, it doesn't matter. Like when I do an office job to fill in the money, I don't care what title you think you have. Like, we all treat each other with respect. Same as I would the garbage man. Actually, the garbage man I respect more than a politician, because, and I read this in a book as well, and I thought this so true, because that's the worst, one of the worst jobs in the world. Like, who wants to do that? Pick up garbage for a living? But you would miss it, right? If your garbage wasn't collected every week, you'd be like, what the hell is going on? Like, the streets would smell, people would notice, like, it'd make you crabby. You're like, where the hell am I supposed to put my rubbish, my bins for? My God, it smells. There's flies everywhere, whatever, right? But for a politician, if one of them dropped off the face of the planet, would we miss them? No. How much do they get paid? Most of them are just narcissists anyway. Yeah, I said it. Which narcissist do you want to vote for? I don't vote. Fuck that shit. Just wasting my time. Do you know what I mean? So it's like respect. Like, respect everyone. Like, I will respect everyone I meet until they don't respect me. Nah, not interested, you know, because I respect myself and who I am. You know what I mean? So you kind of need to figure out, like, where is your line? What do you respect about yourself? What will you tolerate from people? What won't you? What's your boundary on that? You know, and then the same will flow into your romantic relationships. I'm like, okay, actually, you don't have any integrity. You said you wanted to go out with me, and then you've cancelled twice at the last minute. Gone, right? Because if they're doing stuff like that in the beginning, it's only going to get worse. And that obviously means that they don't like you. You know, and you can tell when someone's lying with a fake excuse and they expect you to believe it. You can tell. Use your intuition. Don't just go out with people just because, oh, I'm bored, or, you know, you fill yourself up in other ways. This is where your passions come in. This is where you need to get in tune with your passions. And if you struggle with that, please contact me for a life purpose session. So, fantastic. And also forgiveness. This is massive. It's not easy to do. You need to forgive yourself firstly. Forgive yourself for putting yourself in these situations where you've been hurt. Forgive yourself for not knowing how to get help or get out of things. But look at yourself now. You're here now. You're willing to change your life. You're willing to make yourself feel better. You need to pat yourself on the back for every effort that you take, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people just sit there, complain, go, oh, victim, why is my life like this? Yeah, it's shitty, and yeah, you had a really hard time. However, what are you going to do about it to turn it around? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to ask for help? Are you willing to Google for help? Are you willing to read? Are you willing to watch YouTube videos? Are you willing to get some, you know, a counselling session with someone? And make sure if you do, you always go on by referrals from your friends, because there's some crap counsellors out there, you know. Are you willing to do life coaching? You need to be willing to try stuff. Go to a meetup with spiritual people or whatever interests you. Go get yourself, you got to make effort, get yourself out there, because it shifts your perception and your perception, sorry. And yesterday, like, I wrote a post about how I used to hang upside down on my couch and how everything used to look so different. It looks the same, but it's so different, right? Do something like that. You know, sit backwards on your couch and look at things and go, yeah, just doing it, act like that, something different goes, yeah, it actually shifts your energy to allow new insights to come in. You've got to ask yourself these questions. And lastly, why do you expect, in case you're still doubting all this, why do you expect others to give you something that you are not willing to give yourself? That is a good question, right? Why do we expect that? Why do we expect someone to love us or respect us, or if we don't show ourselves that? And when we do, that's when we walk away. I go, actually, you're not giving me what I need, you know, initial respect or whatever, or decency, or you're kind of mean and snarky to me, and I don't like that. I'll let you know, or I'll just walk away. So yeah, that's a good last question to ponder on. So I hope I helped today. I think I got through all my notes. Oh, one more thing. Confirmation bias. A friend of mine was telling me how she needed to stop watching those love readings on YouTube. Because say if you have a toxic relationship in your life, but you want it to work, right? Because you haven't filled yourself up yet, but you're going to, right? So you'll seek these readings that will give you the answers that you want to hear. You make that happen. You make that happen. You can make signs appear. You can read anything in the way you want to read it because that's what you want, right? And that's what they call in psychology confirmation bias. If you want an answer for anything, like, or I'm trying to stop eating chocolate, say, whatever, but I've got some in the fridge, like, just because it's there, I'm looking for it and I'm going to eat it. I'm like, but that choice was mine, not to go for something that's unhealthy for me. And the same goes for relationships. So if you always want to look for the answer to something that's bad for you, you will always find it. And then alternatively, if you want to look for something good too, you will find it as well. But that's when you got to tune into yourself and listen to your intuition. I think I'm done now. I can go. Okay, thank you so much. I hope this helped. Any questions, let me know. Check out my other videos. Contact me for readings. Any questions, please let me know. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you around. Peace.